Ladies and gentlemen, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the main event of the evening on BBC Sport. Hennessy Sports proudly presents tonight's main event, a contest of 10 3-minute rounds to decide the light middleweight championship of the southern area. Between and introducing the boxers, and firstly, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed with black, coming from Sidcup and Bermondsey. He weighed in at 10 stone, 13 pound and 14 ounces, and holds a 19-fight professional record. 17 wins and 9 wins coming by way of knockout, with 1 loss and 1 draw. He's the former Southern Area welterweight champion, and tonight the challenger for the title. Please welcome David Hit Dynamite Walker. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, across the ring in the red corner, wearing the silver trunks trimmed with black, coming from Newmarket, weighing in at 10 stone, 12 pound and 10 ounces. He brings to the ring a 16-fight professional record, 14 wins, 7 wins coming by way of knockout, with 2 losses. And comes to the ring tonight the current Southern Area light middleweight champion, defending his title this evening, introducing John Boy Humphrey. The officials appointed to this contest by the British Boxing Board of Control, the steward in charge, Mr. Dean Hollington, the timekeeper at the bell, Mr. Bob Edgeworth from Bromley in Kent, and the referee, Mr. Marcus MacDonald of Richmond.
Humphrey. Right, lads, you've opened the dressing room, you know what I expect you. I expect you to act like professionals at all times and obey my instructions. Do you understand me, Walker? Do you understand me, Humphreys? Good luck to both of you. Let's get it on, boys.
10 rounds for the Southern Area Light Middleweight Championship.
Having been the Southern Area welterweight champion, the consensus seems to be that David Walker, the man in the silver trunks without the black stripe, that's reserved for John Humphrey, the Southern Area light middleweight champion. And as I say, the consensus seems to be that it's a bit of a step up for David Walker, who I would have felt was a genuine welterweight, but yet he stepped up to 11 stone to take on this tall, rangy, 6'2" boxer, the 22-year-old John Humphrey. And already it's pretty plain to see that Humphrey is enjoying Duke Mackenzie a considerable advantage in terms of height and reach.
It's incredible, really, how this guy gets 11 stone into that 6'2" frame is incredible. He's like Tommy the Hitman Hearns. He's just got long arms, he's got a big long stance, he's got a ramrod jab. Walker's really got his work cut out just in terms of getting in close. He's got to be really busy, he's got to bob and weave, he's got to roll in, roll out, get in close and really try to work Humphrey's body.
Well, Walker with that left hand of his, hello, that was a good right hand from David Walker, the 1998 ABA welterweight champion, against a man who 4 times was an ABA junior champion but never quite made it all the way as a senior. Well, Humphrey's laughing and he seems to be enjoying it, and comes straight back with a lovely round the corner. Left hand of his, sticks his tongue out. Good right hand from John Humphrey. The schedule for 10 3-minute rounds. Duke, can you see it going 10?
Well, at this rate, probably not. You know, Walker's showing Humphrey absolutely no respect. He shouldn't be dropping his left hand like that and showing out different shots, because, you know, he's got to respect the champion. At the end of the day, this kid, he's the Southern Area champion, and he's not champion for nothing.
Well, Walker's career received a definite setback when he lost last December to Jimmy Vincent in the final eliminator for the British welterweight title. Decided now to move up to light middle, and incidentally, it's amazing that John Humphrey is actually about a pound lighter than David Walker, even though he's some 4 to 4.5 inches taller. Both well inside the 11 stone limit. Good work by Walker. Needs to move away from trouble, and already the right hand side of Walker's face is reddening up a little bit, but that's nothing new in that. Walker, with that curious blinking style of his, comes forward, finding it hard to get the range because he's got to really step in because this fella's so far away from him.
Yeah, Walker's a little bit short. He's going to have to take one or two desperate measures to get in tight and start working the body of Humphreys. You know, Humphreys, to his credit, he's got a nice high guard, he's got a tight defence. Just keep sticking with his game plan, just using his jab and just trying to work his way in himself.
20 seconds to go. Walker trying to work inside, little uppercut against the shorter man, which is always a good bet. Walker sensibly moves out of the way, but what a huge difference in height and reach. Being enjoyed by John Boy Humphrey, also known as the Iceman. Walker calls himself Kid Dynamite. A little bit of dynamite in that left hand of his, and Humphrey says, well done, not a bad 3 minutes. And the champion back to his corner, where his dad is going to be waiting for him, and I'm sure we'll give him some pretty decent advice. What a very good, interesting opening 3 minutes.
Look at that right hand, look for that nice straight right hand, right? Nice 1-2s, put 3 shots together, 1-2 left hook, bring the last one up. Look to get that right hand. Deep breaths in.
Well, nice and calm in that corner, as they probably should be, but signs that David Walker was getting through. Rob McCracken, needless to say, in David Walker's corner.
Just right at the end there, Humphreys landed a beautiful body shot. It's come a sort of a left hook right into the midsection now of David Walker, and that was the telling shot for me of that round.
Well, it is going to be a big ask for David Walker. Since losing last December to Jimmy Vincent and his unbeaten record went, David Walker's had a couple of contests. O.J. Abrahams, the man from whom John Humphrey took the title. Indeed, the title was actually vacant at the time, but Humphrey beat O.J. Abrahams for that. And Walker also has a win against the Brighton veteran Lee Wicks. Interesting, Walker keeps those hands high up to the side of his face. He's got to try to get inside. Good work. 1, 2, 3 with the left by John Humphrey, just 22 years of age, 4 years younger than David Walker. It's going to be very difficult to see how Walker can survive against this long reach of Humphreys. If Humphreys keeps it up, a little bit of blood now already coming from the nose of David Walker, the challenger. Gum shield has come out. Marcus McDonald's waiting. David Walker's gum shield. Marcus McDonald will pick it up. John Humphrey will have to go to a neutral corner. That's a rather old-fashioned look David Walker is giving John Humphrey. And I'm sure it must be going through David Walker's mind, Duke. How do you cope with somebody who's got a reach of 5 or 6 inches more than you have?
He's finding it terribly difficult to get inside. You know, Walker just sickened him again. Humphrey just sickened Walker again with that. He's got a slicing left hook, and he just slams it down into Walker's body, and you can see it just sinking in. And Walker's got he wants to tighten up his defence and stop showboating. He's letting this fight, or this round at least, slip away from him again. He's just too busy, not working enough.
Well, there's a grin all over the face of John Humphrey, and he really seems to be enjoying himself, keeping Walker at bay with that left hand. We're talking about how Humphrey packs 11 stone into that frame. Richie Woodall, when he turned professional, was a light middleweight, and did it, and then moved up to super middle. And you can well see John Humphrey putting on at least a stone and doing something similar.
Humphreys is enjoying this. He's jabbed and he's hooked off the same hand now. And he just...
by Walker. That was a good left hand by Walker, and a right to follow wasn't too far away. And Humphrey, for the first time, a little bit of bother in the neutral corner. And this is the contest that's going to suit Walker. Walked into a left uppercut. Walker really taking it to him. Rob McCracken is saying, come forward, you can win this. This is a great two-fisted attack by Walker. He needs to pick his punch. Humphrey in all sorts of trouble. Marcus McDonald from Richmond is having a good look at Humphrey. He's wobbling and he's gone. What a sensation in the second round. Humphrey is all over the place, and David Kid Dynamite has lived up to his name, and he has never done anything like this. And John Humphrey, the short price favourite to retain his title against the smaller man, has simply folded under a barrage from David Walker. And no wonder Rob McCracken is ecstatic, and Mick Hennessy can't believe it either, and Spencer McCracken is equally delighted. But Duke McKenzie, what a performance and what a finish. by David Walker.
That was fabulous. I tell you what, I thought Walker was going to get his lights punched out. He was just starting to unload. He unloaded about a 20-punch salvo. But to his credit, he just maintained it, and the champion just grumbled. Humphrey didn't have an answer for it. Where I thought he might have just tucked up on the ropes, let Walker punch his up out. He didn't do that. He tried to trade with him, and Humphreys has come unstuck, and now Walker's champion again. All credit to the kid. He showed a lot of determination, a lot of heart. He never stopped. Once he had Humphreys on the ropes, he was on him like a caged lion.
Well, the Southern Area welterweight champion is now the Southern Area light middleweight champion. What a finish. Two-fisted, 1, 2, 3. It was that left hand that did it. And Humphrey never really recovered. And Walker never let him off the hook at all. He was throwing hooks, he was throwing jabs, he was throwing uppercuts, he was throwing crosses, he was throwing everything up to and including the kitchen sink. And there was a great right hand, and Humphrey started to go. And that big, tall frame couldn't tuck up sufficiently to keep David Walker away from him. And he toppled like a pine tree, and the referee stopped it. What a finish that was. That was the right hand. What a corking punch, and he didn't let up, did he?
Once Walker caught him with that chopping right hand, he never let up. It was like I said before, it was like an animal just let out of his cage. He could smell the blood, and he just went for it, and it's paid off for him.
Staggering finish by David Walker, who is the champion. Well, Mick Hennessy, needless to say, thoroughly delighted. They tried to talk him out of a return to boxing after he lost in spectacular fashion to Jimmy Vincent last December in a British welterweight eliminator. He's moved up now to light middleweight. John Humphrey, well, I'm not saying that his career is in tatters, but his evening is in tatters. Humphrey no doubt will come back, and no doubt at 22 he'll learn from that. But the night here in Dagenham, where he lost his chance to have a crack at the British welterweight title, very much belongs to the man from Sidcup and Bermondsey, the 26-year-old former ABA welterweight champion, David Walker. What a finish by him.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 1 minute 38 seconds of round 2, John Humphrey fails to beat the referee's count of 10. The winner by count out, and the new light middleweight champion of the Southern Area, David Kid Dynamite Walker!
I don't think I've seen David Walker quite so animated.
Ladies and gentlemen, your appreciations, please. John Humphrey. We'll now ask Mr. Dean Hollington to present the Southern Area Championship belt to the new light middleweight champion of the Southern Area, David Walker.
David Walker comes over to ringside and touches gloves with the commentary team here, because we have to say, and maybe, Duke, we're a bunch of doubting Thomases. Should we not have faith in him?
Well, no, it's not that. You know, he started off a little bit too cautious and didn't show the champion any respect whatsoever, and it didn't, you know, it paid off for him.
Well, the new light middleweight champion of the Southern Area, along with trainer Rob McCracken, has made his way to ringside, grinning from ear to ear, and he's going to be speaking with Mike Costello.
David, so many people had written you off. That was some answer, huh?
I know that, Mick. I had people behind me, Robert and Mick Hennessy and the BBC, that believed in me, and my sponsors and all my close friends, and myself. So I knew myself, and Robert's trained me so hard. Robert, I like to thank Robert and Mick for this. It ain't really me. They've trained me so hard, I'm telling you. I was dead at welterweight. No disrespect to Jimmy Vincent. I prayed to God win the welterweight title, but I lost £9 that week. I'm strong at light middle. New David Walker, thanks.
So many people have questioned whether you would have the strength moving up to light middleweight.
I wanted to box, you know. I was boxing, but I've got so much power, natural power. I'm not being big-headed. There's great fighters out there. I'm not saying I'm up there at the tops yet, but Rob's working on it. It's a new me now. I've been training with David Hall, who's a strength man, been helping me out. Robert gets up and runs every day with me, and I love Robert. And Mick's done brilliant. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Trade Sales at Slough Supermarket, Car Supermarket. He's been help. Thank you.
Well, you did the fighting, David, but the strategy was worked out by Robert McCracken. I have to say, Rob, it was some training feat to get your man to stand off in the way that he's never done before.
Yeah, well, they all expected typical Dave storming in. You know, Dave's never prepared properly for a fight in his life. He's listened to me after the Vincent fight. You know, we had a couple of just getting him back into it. He's changed his lifestyle, you know, and Dave's a fabulous talent. I mean, anyone who's seen that tonight knows he's a fabulous talent. And, you know, we fully believe in him. And Dave can go all the way if he just carries on what he's done for this fight and lives a life.
Strange how things turn around after the Jimmy Vincent fight. Here at Christmas time, people were saying David should retire.
Well,
let's be honest, Mick, what do they know, you know? I mean, I've been to the top at boxing, amateur and pro, so I pretty much think I'm an expert, to be honest. Call that big-headed, whatever. But I fancied the fight. I fancy Dave at 11 stone against any of the British kids and Europeans, you know, right now. He's a fabulous talent, and he'll go from strength to strength now, and we'll move on and move higher.
David, you've been in boxing for a long time. You've had some ups and downs. This has got to be right up there with the best night of your life, hasn't it?
Yeah, I had some ups and downs. I ruined everyone's Christmas with the Jimmy Vincent fight. I done bad doing the weight. I couldn't do the weight, but I've made Rob and Mick happy, which I know I have, and all my fans, because I messed all that Christmas up. I've trained hard, but I can't thank everyone enough. It's not just me in there, it's everyone. I've got great support, you know. I love the BBC for showing me. Brilliant, I'm back. There's more to come, I'm sure.
We look forward to seeing it too. Well done, fantastic.
Thank you, Mick Costello, thank you.